Nico and Moses weren't available.
We kicked them out.
We got the next best thing. It's Henry G and Anders, and we've got an absolute banger for you here. 2-1 game. Winner of this series will be making their way towards Copenhagen, of course, as we get ready for Overpass. CT side for FaZe. Certainly the favourites going into this one, but Eternal Fire have been excellent this tournament, Anders, as we go in towards long. Lovely headshots here from Robs as he holds strong behind the oak tree.
Look at how ice cold he is. Just casually taking a glimpse down long and shooting people right in the face as he goes. There's no effort at all for him. 3 kills for Rops. And understandably, they're running away. They're saying, this is some crazy person that we're facing out here. Let's not fight him any longer. They're back down towards the B bomb site instead. Santaris and Woxic. Could they at least get the bomb plant? We love to bring it up, but the bomb plant's so important on that T side.
In MR12, CS2, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's everything. And they can still win this round. Zantares working with Woxic, that tag team duo, one of which has fallen. Zantares, though, more than capable of winning a 3 versus 1. He holds towards shore right now. He's got a lot of work to do, but there is a kit available for FaZe, and it looks like his position is not ideal, to say the least, Anders, and he won't even get a chance to fire a bullet. It's going to be FaZe with a convincing pistol. Eternal Fire sending all 5 players towards long. Good flashes, but Robs even better. 3 kills. In the crossfires, forcing the hand of Eternal Fire, and with that lack of utility, all they could really provide was a couple of smokes, 1 Molotov, and his great positioning there from FaZe leads into a very convincing 2-0 start here. Eternal Fire, no choice but to take, I guess you can call it a partial investment, some deagles pretty much across the board, but no Kevlar. We keep their money around the $2,000 mark here, as we see them just try and bait out those grenades in the FaZe side. Maybe find a couple of picks here. Bomb down would be fantastic, but is it possible?
Yeah, the extra $800 bonus. All the money at the start here really going to make a difference for Eternal Fire, how much power they can put into some of these upcoming rounds. MP9, great weapon for this particular round. If Brokey could be put into play, make some extra cash behind that. Surely going to be helpful. There is a couple of pistol upgrades really happening there on the Turkish side at the moment, so could be good. Finding a headshot, the Santaris gets frozen. Nice shot. Do it again, and we've got a real round on our hands here. Rops with the AK. In a position you could get a little bit overwhelmed. He does get dinked, but it wasn't with the deagle. Fortunately for him, he's still going to be alive.
Here we go.
Bomb clan still looking quite tricky because they are getting flanked at the same time. Brokey relentlessly just continuing, even without the MP9, he's just using the USB, but it'll be enough. No bomb plant allowed for.
Well, there we have it. Smooth sailing here for FaZe, the favourites, and then some in this particular series. But Eternal Fire have been pretty tremendous recently, Anders. They've been very impressive as a unit, as a team. They're on the precipice of making it tier 1 territory, I think, and everyone's starting to take notice. I think there's a realm of possibility where they win this series. Like the analyst said, it's probably going to be 2-1 to FaZe.
Control of what's going on. So the fact that they're actually playing well now is kind of wild to me. Like, I think it makes the story more interesting somehow.
That X-Floud guy was like in and out of the team as well. Yeah. It's been bizarre, but this is the best looking Turkish squad we've had since Space Soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, like back in the day, Anders. This is the team everyone wanted back then. And you've got new young blood coming through as well. Wakadia, definitely the star player of this squad. Watch out for him, an absolute demon on the server. Speaking of which, we got Brokey here. Aggressive, looking for any jumping players towards middle. He was playing right back on the bomb side previous. Realizing maybe he's giving them a bit too much territory on the T side. On towards the bathrooms now. Still plenty of the round to be played. And you can see it's a very similar approach. They've got long control middle as well. This has been for free, essentially. They haven't had to work too hard for it. Pushing those CTs back. The rotation's coming through. And it's going to be another A execution with just 2 smokes. The same 2 smokes. Bank and dumpster. Flashbang in. And hope your stars can shine brighter than ever.
Well, setting up for it nicely. Here's Brokey, a little bit of a flick. He gets one more on Wakati. It's absolutely picking them apart. And again, Frozen's walking up right behind them. So, actually, Frozen goes down. I can't believe it. They're back in the round. Santaris with a couple of big kills. He'll finish it off, taking down Rain. How on earth, Henry, did they get out of this round alive?
The Turkish Terminator is back, baby. That is a world-class sequence. We see him with the AK-47 getting the job done. Tears them limb from limb. Like we said, nothing too flashy. 2 kills for Brokey. Frozen is walking up behind them. These 2 kills, that should have been it. That's a 5-on-3. You've got a massive flank coming in, and it just doesn't matter at all. I can't believe it. Oof, that last kill especially. Very nice. That sets the tone. It's a huge round.
Look at the bomb plant. They're going to have a little bit of a weird round coming into this one. It's allowing FaZe to build up even a little bit more money. Right now, the two best performers on FaZe are Brokey and Robs, and they're playing on that A side. Kind of makes you wonder if maybe Eternal Fire, not that you only want to pick on that front, but might be worth testing that B defense a couple of times more.
Anders, do you want some interesting news or maybe some sad news?
Go on.
The Falcons are eliminated from the RMR.
That's very rough news.
Amcal have done it.
I mean, look, credit to Amcal. That's actually really sick, so...
That's huge. I'm flabbergasted.
That is shocking. Probably not what Falcons were hoping
That's
for.
the first real, I don't know, an upset, I suppose, just in terms of name value.
I
guess there's the hype around that team and reputation.
I think that's fair to say. I think that's fair to call it a bit of an upset.
Well, here's Robs.
Shooting them through the walls like it was nothing.
Yeah, he's upsetting Xantares. He doesn't want to be taken out that early. It's a straight up wall bang, you had nothing to say about it. Bear in mind, we do have the walk to KWP, but not much around it in general. They've just got those Glocks, Tech 9s. Few players without Kevlar. Calyx with just a Glock as well. So let's try and boost Woxic up here. Is there anything he can find? Brokey normally around this area. Interesting that Rain, who was like synonymous with the bathrooms on Overpass for so many years, swapped out with Frozen now, Anders. See how it works out.
It's been quite a good addition to the team. Like, he's just slotted right in. It's pretty sick.
Can't argue with these results, can you? Ice cold from David. Finds himself a lovely little three-man spray down, courtesy of Rain. I think he threw over a flashbang from the B bomb site for him. So, really nice synergy. Rain understands what kind of utility is the most beneficial to that side of the map. Here's Robs, direct duels 1, 4-2 against Xantares. We'll keep track of that as his first half continues. Getting to the latter end now. Round number 11 out of 12. 6-4. Eternal Fire, a nice spree of rounds, but the money is running thin. Galil's AKs and maybe back to the Wolfpack setup. 5-man unit hunting for frags. Xantares leading the charge here. He's got a best Brokey, who's now starting to look his usual self. And a kill after kill. First challenge comes in. Ooh. Passes it with flying colors. And all four players outside Monster don't really have much to speak of in terms of territory on the map.
And they're switching Brokey down there. Like, it's so unexpected for them. He's been on the other side of the map the whole game, pretty much. Carrigan, bit of a flash in and a nice spray down. He continues with the 5-7, tries to pick up the AK, and Rain will be there to save him. That couldn't have gone any better. The captain of the team taking him down. This is starting to be a really, really good first half here for FaZe.
All things considered, yeah, absolutely. 3-0 up at the start. Lost 4 rounds in a row, but giving up equal treatment in response. That's 4 now for FaZe. Grand total of 7-4. Final round. And without a plant in some time, it's going to have to be a mixture of pistols, MAC-10s, AKs, and Galils. An eclectic setup for the Turkish squad. Would love to get 5 on the board, if possible, on their own map pick. But now they're up against the boost. And this is the traditional boost. Like, normally the meta's kind of shifting towards that pillar side on the right, but there are 2 options still, of course. Brokey, another opening frag, finds the big man Xantares. Getting bombarded with bullets. Utility nowhere near a plant just yet. As they hold, waiting for the incendiaries to dissipate, but I don't know, what have you got left? Galil and a MAC-10, you're just hoping for a massive CT blunder at this point. They're going to leave, I believe, Maja tucked away in the B bomb site. Brokey's going to check it. Yeah, it does nothing for him, and essentially giving up a player for free. There's got to run in towards A, hope for the best here. They've got the bomb at the very least, but it's the final round. Extremely unlikely to win it, Anders, but I'd love to be proven wrong.
Yeah, it's being signaled. They know everything. Frozen checked. He's hearing the footsteps. Going to be one up right behind him. Just an easy kill. I don't think they could have done anything else here. Woxic on his own, and he gets taken down by Robs. 8-4 in the first half in favor of FaZe. The fact that some of these last rounds, it was just Xantares walking straight into Brokey, that's just so disheartening, right? He's been playing so well, Xantares, but They can't even use them for the last couple of rounds. Just Brokey there at the right place every time.
CTs didn't present too much aggression. We didn't see any T-spawn flanks. No CTs pushing out long. It was just a very usual conservative half there from FaZe. Didn't have to break a sweat. And same story for Eternal Fire as well. Quite conservative there. Their T sides, lots of 5-man approaches, defaults into basic executions, and it worked out pretty well for a few rounds. But you've got to say, FaZe going to be very happy that first half. 8-4 in their favor on their opponent's pick. Brokey, some absolutely sensational picks there. Round after round. Already found his mojo here. Props, to say the very least, as well. A boatload of frags to close out that first half. They're already either way, Anders. We do have money back online. The Brokey AWP is deployed. And we'll see whether FaZe can post map point. Right now, Eternal Fire looking very convincing. Like we said, if they can just find their financial footing, even at a, what was it, 11-5?
Yeah.
11-4, like they can still bring this one back. And now they're looking like a dominant CT force. They've done significant damage towards Rops, pretty much nullifying his round. He's down to 26 points of health. Frozen. He's been great. He's holding connector. CT's playing on the more conservative side of things here. Cardia looking to change that up. Boost to protect him from short. As he confirms that this area is completely clear.
Oh, it's so close. Any connection, and Bacardi is going to be able to hear it on the other side too, but Frozen will make his way past. Rops took damage, but that was early on in the round for the smoke. Him and Bacardi were changing or exchanging a little bit of damage through that smoke down to the monster tunnel. Xantara's dangerous run back there. If they actually swung for him, there's a chance that he would have got caught. We're down to 40 seconds. They're going to be setting up some pretty deep smokes. I think one of them for the high ground.
Some rotations here, Anders. Xantara's is out of there. Oh, it's not pretty from Carrigan, but he makes up for it. The flashbang is so effective that Woxic can do nothing about it. They took the bait. The flashbangs are so good over towards B. Some basic utility has completely dislodged the defense. And now it's FaZe at a 5 versus 3. The perfect call here from Carrigan. Can they stick the landing, though? It's going to be close. Calyx will find a double kill.
Gonna have to do a lot better than that. This retake is still very, very tricky, especially with Brokey holding the angle. Near impossible now for Magic to do much of anything. He's gonna have to try it anyway. They're running out of rounds. 1 versus 3 for him. He's up, pick up the first one. Flash, he's got a kit as well, but listen to that beep on the other side. Time is running out of this round, and the bomb is planted way in the open. I don't think there's a safe way to get this round. 3 can't really find him either, so gonna have to back on out of the round is done, even if he gets the kills here. Great job out of FaZe. You're right, the flashes, but also I think they threw a really, really deep smoke that landed up towards the sniper spot. Just thrown from way outside of the B bomb site. So pretty impressive work. I don't know how that sold it so bad for Eternal Fire. They all rotated.
Yeah, they took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. Around 30 seconds remaining. Rops with some utility deployment towards B. Xantara's not sure whether he got some conviction from his teammates. They heavily rotated, just leaving Woxic alone, and he wasn't even really on the A bomb site. He was behind APC.
Yeah.
He didn't have any control of the site whatsoever. They assumed it was going to be B. It looked like he was transitioning as well. And now it has to be a perfect game. They're certainly capable of finding 3 rounds in a row here on the CT side. Boosting up. This is the more meta boost we were discussing earlier.
Yeah. A couple of big benefits to doing it that way. I mean, for one thing, you're not getting exposed as you're jumping up. That was the other weakness, is you could get picked off just trying to get up there. 12-9. You're not wrong, though. 3 in a row? They could be done.
Absolutely. They just win this round. Like, you've kind of reset the money for FaZe in general.
Rain having a moment. Setting the hedges on fire.
He's having a rough time out there, but he's providing the distraction over towards A now. His teammates are getting ready to deploy themselves in towards the B bomb site. Calyx has been very strong with this AUG. It looks like a done deal here. Wakadia finds him at 5 versus 3. Badger, though, sound cues, but Brokey's taking so much damage en route. I don't think there's a world they give this round up. All comes down to this frag. If Wakadia goes down with nothing, maybe they're onto something.
Yeah, it's very late. I think even the dream of getting a bomb plant here not going to be doable. So just maybe save. They don't have a lot of money in the bank. No money really in the bank on the FaZe side. So might just be okay with having the AK and the AWP into the next round. So 10 to 12. I mean, again, they're not far off. Even if they're fighting for overtime, I think they're going to be fine with it. They're going to be happy the way that this is rolling out. The map pick of the Turkish team, and you're getting a sense of why. I think the analyst said 2-1 in favor of FaZe. Kind of also, you know, suggesting that even if FaZe is the favorites here, there's some respect, I think, being granted to Eternal Fire for what they've been doing in the last couple of months.
Yeah, dude.
Understandably so.
HP finds a 2-1 advantage here. One more round to find map point on their pick. Brokey takes matters into his own hands. He's had enough. Needs to be very careful, though. There is a T in the playground. Flick required. One that will not connect.
Yeah, doesn't want to stick around. Tempting to do so, I'm sure, but you got to know that a timing is closing against you as long as you stay out there. They could be walking up, setting it up for a bit of a flashbang, so...
Well, it all slows down for now. Managing to fend off the initial aggression and bombardment of utility. Eternal Fire reset, smoking off towards bathrooms, trying to isolate Robs here towards a connector. One of the best in CS right now in this particular position, defining how it should be played more often than not. For now, Madja best him. Madja's had an absolute blinder of a game here. 18 kills. Up there with Calix and Wakadia. They've got the man advantage here. The incendiary. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, Calix, you have to go for this now. Down he goes. Yeah, he was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Couldn't decide where he wants to go, but Madja had some conviction. He'll find his second kill of the round, maintaining that advantage. 30 seconds in towards B we go. Rain providing the covering fire for Carrigan. If he can get this bomb down towards Monster, it could be enough. He'll be dropped. It's a 1 versus 1. Brokey versus Wakadia. 20 seconds as he recovers the bomb here.
Yeah, took him a minute to find it. Brokey taking a long way around. 10 seconds here. Wakadia fakes it once, and that's buying a little bit more time for Brokey. Now there's no faking it. He just goes all the way through. It doesn't look like he has any idea. Brokey's closing the gap against him, and there's the AWP shot. He actually makes absolutely sure he was going to get that one.
There's so much on the line right now. Yeah, you just want to make sure. I've got a guaranteed frag here. No flick required. Let's double zoom in. Let's make sure it's absolutely on the mark. Nice work there from Brokey, but down to the minutiae. A 1 versus 1. Could have gone either way. There's some fantastic shots from Madja especially. Now, this is the sort of game I look forward to. This series I knew would be a banger. I didn't think we'd have overtime in this first map. FaZe were looking at their running away with it. Both pistols in their favor. An 8-4 scoreline in the first half. Wasn't quite enough. Everyone's starting to get comfortable on the server right now.
I think at one point Robs was 17-5.
Yeah,
so he's had a much harder time at the later stages of the game.
Yeah, that's to say the least. Robs, he's heard you, Anders. He wants to show you what he's worth. The flashbang could come through here. Woxic not going to get blinded by it if that does get deployed. Is he going to go on the reload? He might do. Thinks better of it.
Got to be careful here, Robs, that someone isn't peeking up behind you. He's got a bit of cover there, but it's not a lot. Oh,
wow,
my God.
What?
That's a blinding shot from Woxic.
The AWPer dueling Robs in a one-on-one and absolutely demolishes him. Brokey knows he needs to step up. He spots a shadow of Madja. Puts an end to hhis round. Back to a 4-on-4. 1 minute 10 on the clock. Bomb outside B. They've been really trying to make their way through towards this bomb site time and time again. Smoked out for now. In terms of residual utility, they still have the majority of it. Multiple flashbangs, couple of smokes, a Molotov for barrels if required. Rain trying to get the absolute most out of his utility. Wants to make sure he doesn't deploy that smoke until it's absolutely necessary here. If he can get it down around the 40-second mark, Anders, really brutal smoke. Brokey happy to hold it for now. Deploys it towards short. Brokey finds a very important frag. Rain with short control allows Brokey to focus on players like Wakadia.
Yeah, Rain does get taken down. Oh, what a flick! Brokey back at it. It's a quad kill now, but he's looking for the ace to try and see if he can secure them on the map point. And there we go. The AWP ace from Brokey.
Oh, His heart's going to be pumping after that one. He's had some intense couple of rounds here. A 1 versus 1 in the previous, ace in the follow-up. Brokey is large and in charge here on Overpass. They're the ones on map points here. It's Xantares and co. looking for double overtime. As FaZe are on track for a 3-0 scoreline. Comes down to the fantastic all prowess of Brokey.
Last op bullet as well.
True, yeah, that's a true ace, right? That's a real ace with the AWP. You got 5 bullets in the magazine,
So
5 kills.
sick.
Every bullet has to connect.
He's top fragging now with 23 kills. He's overtaken everybody. You did mention it early. He is a beast on this particular map with the AWP.
He's a beast on most maps, to be fair, but yes, especially on Overpass.
Eternal Fire, they fought their way back from, what, an 11-5 scoreline into overtime, and now they could end up losing it in OT because FaZe are looking pretty good.
It's never that easy for FaZe. I think we get some double overtime here. I kind of want it at this stage. It's been a really great way to kick off the series. Would like to see Eternal Fire win the first match, just so we can see it go the distance. Like you said, I feel like it is a must-win for Eternal Fire here. Oh, not the best spray from Robs, but it will be Magic to pick up the pieces towards Monster. Great grenade. Hits the mark, Wakadia drops, that's the stars being removed. Is this enough? Calix and Woxic left in the impossible scenario. Not the cleanest of sprays this round, but it's enough to get them over the line. Brokey looking to close things out, but Calix, oh my goodness, he could actually win this. It could be enough, 1 more bullet! And he takes us to double overtime, 4 versus 2. It looked like they were down, it looked like they had nothing left. But it's Calix, absolutely perfect with the AK-47. Eviscerates every single member of FaZe in front of him, carries him over the finish line. And that's going to bring us into double overtime, Anders. Out of nowhere, a 4-on-2 that looked locked in.
My God, look at the positioning at the end, the 1 versus 3 for him, right? They're all just, it's just heads popping up left and right. It couldn't have been a better shooting gallery for him. It's so sick. I just can't believe it. You dream about a scenario like this. If you're going to be in a 1 versus 3, yeah, you want this kind of setup for it. My God. 4 kills for him. Double overtime. Let's go.
Can you believe it? One of the best sequences you're going to see in this RMR there from Calix. Resets it all. It looked like a guaranteed round for FaZe. That's going to be a sort of round that tilts you off the face of the planet. It was done.
In retrospect, you wish you could withdraw from that fight.
Yeah,
say, okay,
sure.
just leave him alone. But obviously, it all happened so quick. There really is no pulling it back at that point. It just happened. They couldn't make it. They couldn't actually change their minds. 15-15, ladies and gentlemen. We are going in to double overtime here. FaZe still on the CT side. Great flash setup. That is picture perfect. Robs to assist as Frozen will get the first kill here in double OT. It'll put some pressure, I think, on Eternal Fire now. They got one of the 4 members left, sort of lurking outside of the B-bomb site. What are the rest going to do? Might just join up, but the door not blown open yet, so how do you get through here without being noticed? Look at him just holding this 30 seconds. He's got a Molotov still in hand, Carrigan. This could just be an auto win.
I think you might be onto something, Anders. Second kill found. You can see there's no entrance in towards the site available. The hero of the previous one, Calix, that's his teammates in a 5 versus 2. Plays back to their winning ways. Money not a massive talking point in overtime, but you want to hold on to your AKs. Or the AWP especially, like there's no chance of winning the round, I suppose. Yeah, it will be the first for FaZe.
You especially don't want to give the AKs to the CT
Exactly.
side. That's the
point.
problem. Wow. Yeah, I think that just slowed them down so much, losing the first fight to that flashover at long. And the fact that Carrigan was just at the sniper spot up at Heaven with a grenade in his hand ready to, like, even if they got 1 kill, I don't know how they can make it through, so.
And each batch of overtime we get into, now we're in double overtime, you get given an extra pause. Just to note that in the RMR rule set. So, matchup, you can see him giving very clear instructions. Wanting to make sure they keep this one competitive. They were down 2-0 in that second half of overtime. And a 1 versus 4 That should have been the 3-0 Anders, but Calix.
It should have been.
One of the best clutches we've had all tournament long.
Yeah.
And that goes without saying at this stage, considering the context of the round and what it meant.
Absolutely.
Overtime to take us to double. Yeah, that's huge.
That round was so lost, right? 2 versus 4, it's done. But yeah, Calix had a different approach. Wasn't expecting it. He was the one struggling a little bit on the Eternal Fire team for a bit.
Yeah.
Now he's not. Now he's back up on top. It's really sick. We'll see if FaZe can continue. So we resume the game once again. Brokey, he's been pretty good with the flicks down here. Sees the shot. My God, the accuracy is so sick. Matches back at it again. Rob's getting out-dueled.
Why is Matches so good right now?
He wants to win.
He's going toe-to-toe with Robs. And more often than not, actually, coming out on top. This is looking very good. Eternal Fire.
It's what it means to be hungry for that victory, isn't it?
Yeah. Leading by example.
I think this is why the Turkish team has been so much fun to watch recently. You can just tell that they are really hungry to prove themselves. And they're doing a fantastic job. They didn't lose a single player in this round, just out-battling FaZe. How hard is that to do?
This time slowing it down, letting FaZe play themselves. Waiting until they challenge the angles, especially Brokey, who gets absolutely wrecked by Wicardia. Same story for Robs as well. It's Maja providing some of the crucial headshots required. That was already locked into this point, but still very nice shots from Woxic and Maja to close things out. We go 1-1. First to 19 now. Final round of the CT campaign here for FaZe. Looking for a 2-1 scoreline if possible. Blowing open the door. Robs will go for some spam damage here if possible. Nothing connecting just yet. Maja's the one to patrol the connector this time. Oh, that's what we're talking about with Robs. That's what he brings to the team. That sort of knowledge.
Absolute geek.
Yeah.
He's been doing
every position he plays, he'll have a real strong understanding of what's possible, when to do it, the tendencies of his opposition. What a scout to find as well. Zantares didn't even get a look in as he continues to spam the same spot. 5-on-4. Can FaZe close things out with a slight edge?
Last time they were in this kind of 4-on-5 is when they kind of lost track of time a little bit. Eternal Fire, they weren't making the decisions quite quick enough, but it feels like this time they're a little bit quicker on their feet. Already taken over restrooms. It's a good idea, but you could see FaZe are preempting this. They know that it could be coming, so they got 3 people at the bomb site. They're flashing their way in to try and see anything is going on, and even putting up some smokes, so quite hard, I think, for EF to get through this one. Deep flash, not going to be touching Frozen, and he's good for a couple of kills there. Woxic, got to be careful. You're the only one that can pick up the bomb right now, and he's losing every single teammate. Frozen, what a way to end the first half of the second overtime here. 3 kills for him, and a 17-16 scoreline.
Oh, there we go. Can FaZe close things out here in double OT? It's day 3 here at the RMR, live from Bucharest. Few teams now booking their place in the main events happening in Copenhagen in March. FaZe hoping to be the next team to do so. Currently up 2-1 here as they switch over to the T side. And their opponent's map pick.
Getting that AUG back out on Calix. He really prefers that weapon at the moment. That's kind of interesting. Oh, there we go. Brokey sends the round off to a flying start for FaZe. Zantares again the first to go down. It's been a bit of a struggle for him.
Yeah, he hasn't fired a bullet in the last 2. Calix having to take matters into his own hands here. He's going to have to find somewhat of an advantage, at least a response. Trying to get intel. Wicardia will join him. Smoke down at the connector door. Courtesy of Frozen. Once it's been blown open by the CTs, you want to clear out connector itself. You don't want to be spammed from short as well, so that smoke is a necessity. Carrigan is aware of the tendencies of Wicardia. We've seen him do this a few times. Carrigan should have the edge. Oh, flashbang over the top as well, but he doesn't check it completely. And Wicardia dodges the flash, gets the double kill. I have no idea how he comes out on top, but he'll take it all day long. And now Maja with the backstab that looks absolutely sublime in terms of the timings. Guarantees himself a kill, even if Robs pulls this one back, which he's making a bit of a meal of. It looks like Eternal Fire may have done enough here. It comes down to this kill. Brokey nails the shot. Wicardia down to 4 points of health. Woxic will join him, though, in this 2-on-2. 35 seconds advantage. You might give it to Eternal Fire, even with the low HP. Woxic knows he has to be the one to deliver the goods here.
Almost. You look at the health here, thinking Brokey. I mean, that AWP could find a rifle, might even be more beneficial. 20 seconds, and Woxic, he's hearing the footsteps, hiding at the edge of the smoke. It's disappearing, yet he wants to relocate himself. 14 seconds left. Nicely done. Does shoot him in the elbow, but it's not enough for the kill. Grenade comes out. It don't get the kill quite, and I think that was his only chance. Now he's locked in, and time has run out. They can't win the round any longer here. Brokey, it's a good amount of damage. There was a chance, and Woxic will find him. That's sick.
Well played to Woxic. The old Woxic would take those duels. He would fight for that one, but he actually just runs the timer down. He makes sure he guarantees the victory for his squad there. Very well played. Hit the shots as well. Doesn't overcommit. Make sure he's playing his advantages. You love to see that. Brutal shots from Brokey as well. Eternal Fire tying things up. 17-17. I can't believe Wicardia came out on top there. Like I said, Carrigan aware of that prospect. They're waiting for the smoke to dissipate. They flash over as well. Wicardia dodges the flash. Gets a double kill. We go into the 2-on-2. Woxic hears him coming from long. Doesn't take any risks. Gets in the more defensive position. Slows him down, denies a plan, and gets the frags to close things out as well. Who will be posting? Map point first. Couple more rounds left to be played here. 17-17. First to 19.
Rob's deciding to go for the deep damage as opposed to blowing open the smoke. I think that's... Some of you will forget, obviously, you get so wrapped up into the new CS2 mechanics that everyone just wants to blow open the smokes all the time, but
sure,
sometimes you go for the damage instead and it can be worth it. This time definitely was. With Wicardia down at half health behind it. Okay, well, they're getting some clearance towards the restrooms. 50 seconds on the clock here. With 3 people on long, if they keep going long, it's such a compromised setup for Eternal Fire at the moment. Could see Woxic with the AWP is suddenly going to have to spin around and try to shoot them as they're coming out while they're still defending from the other side. So in some sense, what FaZe are doing here is a really, really great counter to the setup that Eternal Fire have got going on at the moment. But Santaris might just change my mind on that one. Huge couple of kills, still Woxic getting shot at the back. You could see that was always going to be the weakness, and it's back into a 3 versus 3.
Here we go then, Anders. It's going to be another close one. Nothing is guaranteed here between FaZe and Eternal Fire. Their retakes have been very impressive on the Turkish side. Calix has been instrumental in the majority of them. This time, though, taken out of the equation early. Rain will find the penultimate frag. It's Wicardia. Incendiary to deny the vision here for Brokey. Speaking of which, Molotov pretty brutal as well. I think that guarantees the round for them. Oh, they both do challenge, but it's absolutely fine. It will be FaZe to post map point once again here. Could be triple overtime. I'm feeling it. They're on the T side. Things starting to get a bit rough out there.
Why not?
Every round's coming down to the wire as well.
Yeah, that one was really close. You're right, they've had so many 3v3 retakes on the CT side. Eternal Fire, this looked really good, but again, losing track of long like this is just absolutely brutal if you've got that kind of forward setup.
It's an area of the map that FaZe loves to utilize. Their timing's always very good. We're going to see now if they can close things out here. One more round would do it. FaZe for the map victory. Eternal Fire to take it to triple overtime. All comes down to this. Imagine with the set grenades.
Yeah, just in case someone's out there.
Yeah, looking to find those boosted players. No one home.
FAMAS and MP9. That's a bit scuffed, isn't it?
That's a very good point, Anders. Yeah, like, we use $12,500 if you're buying AWPs and you're losing rounds, and yeah, it can happen. Calix, well, the SMG. Matchup, in-game leader who's been beyond impressive. And at the FAMAS. It's Brokey. Waiting for any sort of CT aggression here. Understands that they'll be probing. A little bit desperate right now.
There's been a lot of CT aggression outside of the B-bomb site when Eternal Fire have been on the CT side, so it's not for nothing that FaZe are at least considering it. It's a good understanding of... Oh my God. Robs. He's been killed like that many times himself. It probably feels like justified from his point of view. Flash is going down, but the bomb is making its way to the other side. It's Maju with the FAMAS holding on. Robs is sneaking in just as Calix is making his way out of the bomb site. This is going to be a heart attack moment for Santaris. He has no idea that someone's there, and the MP line, it's not quite good enough. Henry, they're in deep trouble right now. A 2-on-4 retake.
It's Woxic. He'll have to save the day, Anders. It looks like they've done enough. A missed shot should guarantee the map for FaZe. 0-3 on either side, and it still went to double overtime. If they can get a pistol under their belt, everyone on the Eternal Fire squad is looking red hot today. Had FaZe on the ropes. One more haymaker would have done it. 7 guns on the pistol round here for Eternal Fire. Wikadia and Maja with the dual elites. T-side with a Molotov. Some flashes. Molotov for Rops. And the waterfall smoke at main. So it could be a Molotov towards the secret steps or using it for a post-plant scenario. We'll see what they've got in mind. It's the opening frag, though, for Rain. An absolute master of the outside area. Oh, frozen down to 1 point of health. God.
Rob's going to be found from Bacardia, so yeah, there's no more deception here. They're running straight to the bomb site, right into the meat grinder. The duelie's down here waiting. It's still a 2 versus 2 somehow. The bomb, oh, it's been interrupted. He wanted to go for the quick bomb plant, but he's going to have to relocate now, planted behind the silo back there. And Carrigan a little bit closer. He's picked up the USP, looking for the one-tap potential. He's on his own, though. Good shot, and looked like he had it, but Woxic's taking him down. It's Eternal Fire to finally win a pistol.
It's
about time.
Pretty nice one as well.
Yeah, they needed it so badly.
The bomb goes down to Anders.
Yeah, it does. That is a good point. I swear Carrigan had that shot against Woxic. It looked like the crosshair was right on him, but...
Well, this is how it all started. They're outside play. Rain gets that opening frag, making their way down towards lower. Calix is a real nuisance, did a ton of damage, but Brokey thought he would have done enough at that point, but the Julie's at range, ridiculous. Woxic, really nice shot there. He has looked great. That force buy, sure, might cost them this round as well, but at least it'll be competitive. They can't really justify much investment. I guess you could go all in again. You can drop a couple of FAMASes. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's an option.
It's certainly risky to try and go that deep early on.
Yeah, it's not required. And
there is a, well, you know, you get 1 or 2 good shots with the AK or the AWP. You can salvage some rifles on the other side too. So we'll see how this one's going to be playing out. FaZe, though, not letting Eternal Fire get away with too much after the pistol round here. They're really starting to pick it up now. 2-3. Looking to make it a tied scoreline as soon as possible here. Well, Carrigan just jiggling his way in, but there's the headshot. That's great. Calix focused on that position. Frozen coming back down, but they're going to be able to get another one. It's Woxic giving away his life. They wanted to stick around. I feel like maybe they could have pulled back. It's Wikadia with a shot at the USP. But the A-bomb site's pretty much lost at this point in time. So as soon as the bomb's planted here, even if they pick up another AK, the pressure will be on for the CTs once again. And it's a good little crouch in for Frozen. They'll take that.
He just knew. There's no doubt in his mind that Calix would be there. Probing through the trophy room. FaZe back on their feet, to say the least here. Santaris will try and scavenge another AK-47. What a weapon that is in his hands. Falling back now. They can just hold him towards the ramp room.
Yeah, but there's nothing else really to accomplish here. If you're Eternal Fire, you get the rifles, you get out, and you try and fight for the next round. But I mean, they're still doing a little bit, right? They're not just letting FaZe cruise through like that, trying to make it as expensive as you can. I think there was a real opportunity there. They had 4 people towards the lobby. If they get 1 more kill early on and make it a 5-on-3, it's definitely winnable. But they just fell short a little bit, unfortunately. Well, the game is tied up, though. Frozen having himself a bit of a blinding start to Nuke. He's 7-3 at the moment. So quite a good job, and really building the bank as well. He's almost got $7,000 in his pocket. See what they can come up with the buy. It's a double AUG, Henry. Double AUG, double AK.
It's another weapon that's very in vogue right now. We're going to see a 3-3 scoreline. FaZe with 3 on the bounce. Double AUG. One for Woxic, couldn't quite afford the AWP. FaZe already have a pretty compelling half already. 3 rounds would do, but still plenty of open runway to get a load more. Silo for Frozen. Hasn't missed many shots this so far on Nuke. He's up to 7 and 3. As they're just trying to bait out the utility. Get the CTs second guessing themselves. Same all the smokes deployed. Molotov down towards Secret. You can see Magic's trying to pop the smoke open with his silenced M4, but needs to be careful. Carrigan will try and swing on him, but he comes out on top. Here's Robs though. Knows there's a gap. An easy frag for him, but Woxic will be there to pick up the pieces. Spots another. Bacardia with the AK-47. Looks like they've done more than enough here. Eternal Fire back to their winning ways. They'll take a slight lead here, 4-3, with 4 players surviving as well. And they actually managed to recover the AWP from Brokey's hands. Money should be absolutely fine for FaZe, but yeah, that's what you like to see. You don't want to see FaZe getting too comfortable here on the T side, Anders.
That HUD position just came in huge for them. The Orgs here doing absolutely wonderful work. Don't really need the scope necessarily to be a good weapon. Yeah, this is massive. And you're right, stealing the AWP in the hands of Woxic there, it could make a big difference. We'll see. Round number 8 coming up right away. No real delays here. Oh, there's a gap over there. A huge gap. Even if you're crouching, you're dead. It's fortunate they got that kill on Santaris beforehand, because Rain was going to be dead every single time.
Nice work from Woxic again. Understanding the tendencies and the smokes they're deploying. You look right above you there from Heaven. FaZe though. Maybe still favored in a 4-on-4. Make their way down towards Nuke. You can Nuke lower, I should say. You can see Calyx there with the grenade in hand. Looking just to block the ramp, and Robs is just like, you know what? I'm not respecting this smoke. Let's get in there. Let's get weird. Calyx. The ramp player does go down towards lower. That's the invite for Robs to initiate his maneuver as they... No classic NIP plan here, Anders.
Yeah, this is pretty sick. Especially for the position that Robs is in towards the ramp. I don't know. They're going to have to get some really quick kills to make this a viable retake.
Magic's got Robs, though, all day long.
Yeah, he's... Oh, Maggia, maybe. Yeah, he's going to get it in time. It looked like Rob was swinging that way, but now the pressure is back on again. Wacardia gets a quick kill, taking down Frozen. It's all on Brokey. They've got grenades, they've got Molotovs. They can get rid of him here. Smoke up on top of the bomb. They need to go for that defuse right away. Oh, but he's got the lineup, Brokey. It couldn't do it better. Now he's back at it again. With the smoke. A second time he's discovered them.
Wow. What can you say about that one? So calm. So aware. Brokey knew exactly what he had to do there. Essentially a 3 versus 1. They had the bomb down, kits available, defusers coming through. But he hits the mark time and time again. An absolutely colossal round for FaZe to pick up. They tie the scoreline 4-4, reset the finances for Eternal Fire. They'll have to drop a tactical pause. You can see it was pretty much perfectly played. Like, that should have been around, really. Like the Molotovs down towards the doors. You wouldn't expect Brokey to hit so many shots like that. Not even a single bullet missed on the defusers. But there we have it. Money not completely sabotaged. It looks like they're going to buy into this one. Like, it's still okay. There'll just be some concessions. So we've got an MP9, a 5.7, and 3 rifles. Doesn't sound like enough, but see if they can make it work. Might have to deploy something like a lobby crunch, Anders. An outside push, get up close and personal to scout for Woxic.
Yeah, this is such a pivotal round in the first half. If they lose this one, FaZe are running away with this opening half. Going to be no more money for the Turkish side to play with. It all comes down to this. I feel like if they want to cause a bit of a shock here and actually win the map on Nuke, winning this one would be such a gift. Rain testing the smoke out in the yard. He's the only one here.
See, he's getting a little bit closer to it now so he doesn't get picked. He finds the opening frag, and that scout's not going to be nearly enough. Calyx, though, one of the strongest units on the Eternal Fire squad. He's down in towards lower with the rifle. Flashes, making his job very difficult. Still a minute on the clock here. Robs, huge advantage. If he goes out towards upper, there's almost no way Woxic will take him with the scout. He might get the tag, but certainly not the frag. Calyx needs intel to say the very least. And he's got more than that. Well played.
It's not bad, but Brokey did get the kill in return. I think Magic was coming in on the other side there. 3 versus 3, and Rob's lurking and waiting. One of the most patient players we have in the game. Has an insane ability to just hit at the right time. And against the scout certainly would be. I wonder if it's close enough by that he could hear the scope, because that's something you've got to be a little bit careful for as well. 25 seconds left. Speaking of which, we're running out right now for FaZe. They're going up the heaven. Oh, and the scout down below, getting shot in the back. It's on Santaris, and he can't get the job done. They waited almost to the last possible second there. But it couldn't have been better for FaZe.
There's so many moving parts, that final commitment there. They show presence down towards lower, knowing that the player was down there. Calix, I think he was, and then throwing a flash at that point. 2 players up towards heaven, knowing there's presence in towards that upper side, with Robs waiting the backside. As soon as they flash in towards the heaven area, Robs is swinging out, gets a guaranteed frag on Woxic, who was lying in wait, completely surrounded. They had a player towards CT vent. They made light work of him as well. That's going to be FaZe with 5 on the board. And bear in mind, that was a complete force by Anders. They're going to get $2,400 on the Eternal Fire side into the next round. Calix, sure, he'll save an AUG, but there won't be much to speak of in terms of resources going forward. It's not even really half by territory. This is an eco coming up next.
God, it's making me very nervous for Eternal Fire. This is the kind of position you don't want to see them in. I think getting up to 5 or 6 rounds at the beginning of the half here, this is so much for FaZe to work with when they get to the second half of the game that it's already getting a bit sketchy. Frozen playing it very well, but final round coming up. 7 rounds, Henry. It's getting out of control.
I think we've already passed that point. Bear in mind that Eternal Fire, I know I've mentioned it a couple of times. Let's relax. They were up 3-0, and they've won a single gun round since then.
Yeah.
So, although a difficult spot, they can salvage the half somewhat if they can find 7-5. They do have the resources available. As we get into the final round of the first half here, FaZe in a very comfortable spot. Although Eternal Fire did well to save the weaponry, upgrade a couple of guns. They've got AK in the hands of Calix. Oh, Robs is down the fence already, Anders. They have no idea.
He loves it. It's such a big issue. That is close. He nearly shot him right in the knee. Frozen will get tagged.
So now they're going to call for the rotation. So Robs is just hoping, like, okay, I could catch someone as they're making their way down the vent. You can see Wakadia has no idea. Sure, he's aware of the prospects, but he can't necessarily just jump down the vent here. He has to be very careful. Woxic has no idea Carrigan can make his way through. Lucky to be alive and surrounded are the CTs. This has been a beautiful T-half from FaZe. Every call, just spot on, toying with them. Getting Robs down the vents. His outside splits. They can't even get down. They can't even be part of this one. It's the final round, and they've got to go for it, but where do you even begin?
This is exactly why Nuke is my favorite map. You can just tell how much Carrigan is outplaying them on a tactical level at the moment. It's really wild. Good little shot there as well. Robs, he's been waiting the whole round in the vent, and he still loses the fight to Wakadia. But I think it's too late. It doesn't really matter at this point. Frozen will get the last kill. 8-4 in the first half. FaZe well on their way to a victory here.
It's absolutely true. Just 5 rounds away from booking themselves a place at the main event.
Frustration.
Oh, it's not been the best showing on their CT side. Winning the pistol, not really much else after it. The rounds are pretty convincing. Like Robs, so they will go back and watch that demo. The fact he's just down in the vent at the start pretty much every single round, like undetected, and it just enables him to go for those outside wall of smokes, knowing that it can't really be a rotation down towards lower. It only can come in from ramp. It's such a luxury, Anders.
I feel like the issue is on almost every other map in the pool, you can usually call out on the CT side and say, you can ask your teammates, like, who's covering what, where can they actually come from? On Nuke, all it takes is one slip-up, and somebody's made their way past, and it's done. Like, you're just getting shot in the back.
It's just the beautiful timings as well. Like, just as they realize they've got to rotate through ramp and, like, challenge lower, knowing that the outside smokes have been deployed, Carrigan always comes back, stab towards ramp as well, just as they're initiating a retake. He only gets 1 kill, maybe, but what a kill it is. If they win this pistol, call it done.
Like, not being able to answer the question of, have they made their way down secret? Like, I don't know, maybe. Oh, jumping past here. Rain missing a shot. Second half pistol is up, and they have to win it. Eternal Fire. You don't need me to tell you. If they lose this one, it's probably going to be done. Woxic, bit of a start here, and Brokey actually getting flanked from Maja. Okay, they're getting a taste of their own medicine. See if they can win this pistol Eternal fight. They did win into the first half, and it wasn't that much help to them, but maybe they can set themselves up a bit better here. Another flank. Maja at it again.
Clean sweep here, by the looks of things. 5 versus 1, Rops. You can get a couple of kills, it's still worth it. That'll be $600. There's the first. Definitely don't want to feed a player of this caliber. Being tentative now. No one needs to swing. Don't need to throw away the Kevlar. Especially if you've got 100 HP. Calyx especially can get a helmet for free in the next round if you can maintain that HP. But Rob's a single kill. He's got Kevlar as well, so absolutely fine to hold on to that CT side. Might attempt in the force buy in the second. Not necessarily required, but never doubt FaZe with the SMGs and pistols. Oh, Robson goes down, unfortunately. So that's everyone being removed. Pretty much a clean sweep there. Robson gets a single frag, but the round was already over.
Okay.
So I don't think we see a force buy here, but let's have a look. Could be interesting. Oh, okay. There you go. Robs's spoiler alert. He's got an MP9.
Oh, we didn't get to see that. That was sick. Woxic, well done. Oh yeah, one step. Single step in the right direction.
He's got a helmet as well.
Yeah, Brokey's got a scout. That's not something to be overlooked either. Seen him hit some pretty nasty shots with that weapon.
That's what you call the brute force approach there. No stealth from Xantares. Just wants to get down there safely. Good nade. Doesn't do too much damage to Rain, but some. Round 14 here. It's a very important round. Eternal Fire can get through this one. The map's back on.
More smoke actually from Carrigan with a bit of an HE on top. It's Rain. Wasn't really perfect, but this is Carrigan. So much damage. That's the bomb lost on the wrong side of the smoke. Disastrous for the Turkish team. They must recover this one.
The smoke is brutal. Scout doesn't quite connect, but information garnered. Xantares tantalizingly low as well. Matchup. He's had a blinder of a series so far. In terms of the individual form, he is shining brighter than ever. This time, though, Brokey will best him. HE to be deployed perfectly. Will take Xantares down, I would say, but Rops will beat him to the punch, and it's a force buy victory for FaZe with 5 players alive and well. Calyx, nothing to do. No options here. 23 points of health. Galil in hand, bombed down in the most precarious spot you can imagine. They'll just have to save.
The fact that the bomb gets lost, even in a 5 versus 3, it takes all of the options they have and it just narrows it to 1. They have to go and find that bomb again. And I mean, they didn't have any time for it at all. Oh, that's so devastating. Calyx having to save this one. FaZe. It was the smoke that made the difference. It landed right as they were pushing through. I think he put down an HE on top, and then he just absolutely hammered them with the 5-7 from up there. Carrigan, he only got the 1 kill, but I guarantee you that was devastating. Look at the timing here. Boom, HE right down on top, enough to soften them up, and that's it. That's when they lose the round.
Yeah, they choose the tightest choke point on the map, and it's a squeaky door up against the SMGs and 5-7s. It's a brave maneuver. One they might live to regret as they take their second tactical pause here. Eternal Fire in a rough spot now. No bomb going down, Anders. This is arguably worse than losing the pistol now. They do save at least a Galil. They'll have to force buy and try and offer up equal punishment for FaZe. 1-1 in the second half, 9-5 overall. FaZe, huge advantage. Now got AK-47s, a huge cash injection on the CT side and firepower to boot. Frozen, Carrigan with those aforementioned Kalashnikovs, and we've got an MP9 still for Rops. Brokey will operate with that scout. So it's pretty much pistols across the board, apart from the save Galil of Calyx. What have you got for us, boys? It's going to take a miraculous call here from Maja.
Been a really hard game, this one. The second map for Xantares. He's 4-11 at the moment.
Right.
It's been a lot more tricky for him to get himself fired up. Saw at least a couple of times getting caught in the yard, really, on either side here. Rain just memorized that position. Frozen making sure that nobody can drop down. Okay, so they're going to be setting up with a Molotov. Can land behind the default position. Nice timing, man. He's been really good with that stuff. Carrigan, yeah, he's had to smoke this off because the Molotov was landing on him, but he's also going to get the kill on the Calyx. Still not done yet here with the scout up on top. It's Woxic, overworked in that position. Frozen, another triple puts him at 14 kills and puts FaZe very, very close to winning this series.
It's eco territory next. Yeah, it might be a done deal now. I hate to say it, Anders. I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but yeah, Xantares and co. Not out of the tournament if they give this series up. It will be into the 2-2 bracket. Not a great place to be. That will be their final chance. Would you like to know the score between 9 Pandas and 3D Max? Are you interested in that?
Love to know that.
So, that's the 1-2 game. That's the Heartbreak Hotel, they're calling it, on the B stream. It's 3D Max with the first map in their favor, 13-11, that was Nuke. And they're on the second right now. And 9 Pandas look to bounce back on Overpass, looking for a third there. So that's on our B stream, or secondary stream, I think it's called. And we'll get back into the action here. I am talking over the trend a little bit because, as I mentioned, it's eco territory. Not really much to report. Glocks and a couple of Deagles, 11-5, almost a certainty here.
I will say this, though.
Go on.
The upside, FaZe qualifying for the major is obviously what a lot of people want to see, right?
We all want the best teams of the world to be there. As of today, I think they're the #1 team officially, according to HLTV.
There you go.
So, yeah, of course you want them there. I know upsets are fun. This wouldn't, like I said, this wouldn't be the craziest upset of the tournament, and they wouldn't be out of the major. But you definitely wanted to see FaZe secure in the major itself. No stranger to a manger is Rain on your screen right now.
I mean, think about some of the qualification stages for FaZe in the past, right? It was in Rio where they slipped and fell in a bad way. Not the only team to have done it, right? Virtus Pro, they failed to qualify for the Paris major. There's these RMR stages are really hard. Yeah. So I think if you're FaZe, even if it's 2-0 here and you're kind of beating up on them now, you just want to get through. You just want to qualify right now. You don't want to spend any more time in the RMR than you have to. Yes. Get it done right now. They're 2 rounds away, Henry.
And they've got so much open runway here as well. They can afford to take these more interesting maneuvers. Rops has got himself tucked away in the trophy room, I should say, already. Double nade towards upper, and almost a double kill for Robs as he swings out valiantly in towards the lobby. Good for 1.5 for Cardia, limping. As he's been shot down to 38 points of foul. Carrigan will sub in for Robs now. Looking to find series point. Major point. Stickers in the bags, boys. If you can pull this one off.
Yeah, victory all on its own, isn't it? Oh, when they're looking the wrong way, Imagine just caught off guard, not expecting Rain to be that forward. And a Molotov to go down means they can't hunt him as much as they would have wanted. They're putting up the smokes as well. Oh, this is being telegraphed so badly at the moment. Carrigan's also calling it in, said there's nobody on the ramp. Rain keeps it going. A triple for the Norwegian. It leaves Woxic on his own. There's no way back into this round.
Absolute masterclass there from Rain. Timing was sublime. And he might be able to close things out. He's up against Woxic, who's had some pretty good shots with the rifle. There's one no different. Now, FaZe on high alert. Don't want to throw this one away. Rain has already put in a hell of a shift in round number 17 here. Match point, major point, I would say, is established. I don't see a world where Woxic can win this one. He would have to go plant lower, get past Frozen first. Young veteran jumping towards Solo, and yeah. Woxic can attempt to plant, but that's about it.
Yeah, even that.
Can't even do it now, yeah.
I don't know. It's not on Woxic. I don't know what he would have done there. Even if he ran straight for it, they can just run him down, and
exactly.
They know it. There's no way to win that one.
He had to give it a go, but options were extremely limited, to say the very least. Well, there we have it. Feels like that's it. You can't really see a world where FaZe would give this one up, especially with the money in the position it's at right now. Son of Fire might have to wait until the next series to solidify their position at the major. A team I'd love to see make it to the main event. They've been fantastic the last 6 months.
They're fun to watch.
So here it is, Anders, to save it all. 4 MAC-10s.
Oh.
And a Galil.
When you put it like that, Henry.
It's not the best look.
You know, I guarantee there's an extra bit of motivation for at least one player on FaZe to qualify, and that's Carrigan in front of the home crowd. First major ever in Denmark.
Yep, okay, that's a really good point.
Never been done before, but...
You'd assume it had been, right? Like, it's kind of a nuts thought.
It's crazy.
Like, Denmark's never had a major.
Well, here we are now. A little bit of a spray. A lot of damage. It's rain. Oh, they run into him. They're feeding him the kills now.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours. As Rain will be picking up his fourth. Calix, once again, it looks like he's an impossible scenario. Ladies and gentlemen, your next team through to the PGL Copenhagen Major are going to be FaZe Clan. One more frag will do it. As we said, stickers in the bag, pressure alleviated. The world's best team will be fighting in the Royal Arena.